Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building an apartment. Now, this apartment, I tried to do something different. It didn't work, and then I started over, and I built the same layout as every other time I built this apartment, but it's tiny. So you gotta give that to me. There's not that many different layouts you can make, but it is decorated slightly differently. Except the kitchen's the same. Because I cannot make any different kitchens. I don't know how people make different looking kitchens. All of my kitchens look exactly the same. But it's cute though, which is good because if it was ugly, that would be an issue. But it's a cute kitchen. And the woods are a bit lighter than normal, but it's still basically the same just with a different color. So it's fine though because it fits with the rest of the apartment. And I really like building in this apartment. I used brown, but I didn't use the brown in which I normally use because typically I will use wood everywhere in the apartment, and it's dark wood, because that's the wood I would I prefer building with in every video game. Apparently, it carries around every single video game, just dark woods. It's a thing. But I used lighter woods on everything. Well, no, I use lighter woods. And then I used dark brown walls, which you will not see until, maybe soon, maybe later. I don't remember when I painted the walls. I couldn't tell you. Sometimes I paint it, first. Sometimes I paint it, last. And it's just a spectrum. Where is Hannah gonna paint the walls? We don't know. Just whatever I feel like it. Because sometimes I base, the wall color off of what's in the room already. Or sometimes it's just, I want to make the walls green. And then I base the room off of the wall color. Which, either works. Either has worked in the past. My grammar, when I'm recording, is not there. It just does not exist. I guess I don't talk in real life, so I may have practice if I did do that. But, that's overrated, so we just don't do that. We don't need practice talking. It'll be fine. And so I had a lot of fun with this apartment, and it's got, I titled it, I think it's called Vintage Academia. I don't really remember. I can see it if I really tried hard enough, but I'm not going to try hard enough. So that's fun, but it's something around there, and I thought that was a fun name. I also use this dark brick, which I don't use very often. I usually use, 2 of the bricks that we have, so many bricks. So many of them, but some of them are kind of ugly. But, this one's good in certain circumstances. I also decorated this in, super quickly. I talked about this in the last voiceover video, because I do the voiceover videos first, and then the non-voiceover videos, because they take less time. I hope that makes some sense. But, in the last, apartment video that I did, I think, I don't know, the day before yesterday, I don't remember what day that was. I don't remember what day this is going out, because it's Saturday, so I wouldn't know. But in that video, I talked about how I only had an hour to record, and this was the second of those videos, and it took me 20 minutes, which is good because I really wanted to sleep by that point. I was just I want to sleep, because I had started at 8:30, so I guess I finished at 9:30, but I hadn't slept more than 5 hours the rest of the week, and I was exercising a lot, so I was tired. I still am tired, but it's now 1:30-ish, so that's not really an excuse. I could have slept last night. I did slightly sleep last night, but I didn't sleep in, at all. That's my issue, but it's not gonna be fixed anytime ever. But, moving on from that. But today's topic actually goes with the talking thing I was talking about earlier. Very fun. So in oral comm, as I am still taking that class, I have one more week, and then a final, and then I'm done. But that's also another topic for another day, probably in a day and a half, ish. 2 days, I don't know. We'll figure out how to talk at some point. But we're doing improv in oral comm, which I hate. I've always hated improv. It's kind of weird. I don't like it. I had some bad instances when I took drama in middle school. Yeah, I took drama. That's its own thing on its own. I don't know if I've talked about that before, but I hated drama when we did it in there, or improv when we did it in drama. It was just really terrible because I don't like doing spontaneous, kind of things, and I don't like not knowing what's happening, which is continued. Don't like it at all. But yesterday, maybe, I think it was yesterday, I would hope so. My timeline in my brain is not there. It took a vacation about 7 years ago and didn't come back, so that's really good. But we did 2 activities. One of them was where we had to like send 3 people out into the hallway, and then we had to like come up with something in which we would train them to do, because it's called Dolphin Trainer. You'll see like kind of why later, but then they would come back in, and then we'd come in, but we had to train them to do it. However, they are humans and we are also humans, so they understand how to communicate. Unlike a dolphin and us, we can't talk really, so we had to communicate in beeps. Yeah, it was really fun. It was very funny. I did try it once because I wanted points for the day. I wanted to pass my class. I didn't want to just not participate all of there. But I did try it. It was very fun. I did win. So that's pretty good. But we like every time they did something right, we beeped at them. So it's like a clicker kind of like thing that they use with animals. We basically just beeped at them the entire time, but like we broke up into sections. So you just hear beeps and you're just like, who did the correct thing? All of you sound like you're beeping at the same time. So it was very fun. It was very tricky. Like mine was, I had to take my shoe off and put it on top of a shelf. It took a bit. It was very long. It took forever. But it was very fun. But they were not being helpful with the beeps. Some of my class was a lot of boys. They didn't know what they were doing at all. So it was just beep, 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 beep the entire time, anytime I moved anywhere. So I was like, what do you mean? But we were bending down, and we were next to some cords the entire time, and so it's with a shoe. So they just like beeped at us the entire time, and none of us knew what was happening because obviously we weren't told what was happening. And so they just kept beeping, and we kept like trying to like mess with the cords, and it was not with the cords. Yeah, it was very fun. We spent way too much time messing with cords for it to not be about cords at all. And then the second activity, or well, I guess it was the first. I did that out of order, but that's fine. But we went in a circle, and so basically it was, I don't know what the name of it was called, but it was very fun. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know why. I enjoy these improv games a lot. It doesn't make any sense, but like the improv that we're doing next week, I'm not gonna like. But we'll talk about that at a different time. But we stood in a circle, and we would make like a motion, and then the person next to us would be like, "What are you doing?" And then we'd have to like lie, and then they would do it. It was very fun. Some of the things were weird. I said I was doing a cartwheel. That was pretty fun, because it was like a boy, and it's like some random. I was just like, yeah, I'm doing a cartwheel, and then had to do a cartwheel. It was very fun. But we're getting to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed my story. But it's almost screenshots time, so I post a video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye.